friends. So my name is Lauren. I am an independent senior sales director, and this is my son Luke.
Yeah.
Tell us about you. 10 years old.
Yeah.
What do you like to do?
I like to play soccer.
So when I started my business 10 years ago, he was only 6 months old, and I worked my Mary Kay business part-time for his first few years of life. And when he was 4, I was able to stay home full-time working from home with Mary Kay. And for most of the time, I've been the breadwinner. So now we have 3 boys. He's the oldest, 10. We have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old. So I just wanted to share a little bit about how I am really, really happy that I said yes to Mary Kay and kept saying yes every day, every week, every year, because there were times when it got hard or, I didn't know if I could keep going. But I did. I just kept going. And when you keep showing up, it really is a long-term wealth building business. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And so even if you have a lower month, a lower year, you keep going because over time your business grows. So there's a few reasons why I'm so glad I said yes. One of them is that now I can be home with my kids full time. So do you remember dropping me off to my old job in the government?
Yeah, I remember going there in the car and then dropping you off in front of this big building.
Yeah, it was so sad. My husband would drop me off a lot. He would be in the back seat in his car seat, little baby, 1-year-old baby, and I hated getting out of that car and walking up to my big government building in DC and having them drive off, and I had to stay there all day. I did not like that. And then so when I was able to go full time with Mary Kay, his little brother was about 1 year old, and then my third son has never had to have me leave. So don't you think Maddox will be? Well, Maddox didn't even know what it's like for me to leave and go to work all day.
Yeah.
What do you think it's like when parents have to put their kids in daycare and leave their kids all day? What do you think it's like for the kids?
They miss them a lot and they wish parents didn't go.
So are you glad that I work with you at home?
Yeah.
Why?
So I can ask you help or something when I'm doing school.
Yeah.
And because I love you.
Aw, I love you. So this year, it took a lot of stress out of a very stressful year to know that I could stay home with him and with the 3 of them and keep everybody safe and still make a really good income. Actually, my sales and my income were higher this year than some other years. So it's a wonderful business that you can work virtually too, like we know now. And I think he's also benefited from seeing me reach some goals. You've helped me pick up lots of cars and seen my diamond rings and seen Daddy and me go to the Bahamas with Mary Kay, right? Yeah. And then you've seen that I haven't always met my goals, right? Just like sometimes we fail. He doesn't really like to fail sometimes. He doesn't always like to try new things. But we talk a lot about how people that get really good at what they do have to mess up a lot first. So now he's learning skateboarding. How many times did you fall off your skateboard yesterday? 5 times. So with Mary Kay, I can coach him and just tell him to keep getting back on that skateboard, and you have to mess up a lot before you can get good at something. So we're gonna cut it off there. He's showing me his little stopwatch because we went too long the first time. But I just pray that you guys can say yes over and over, just like I have, and have it ripple out to your family. Bye.
Hey everybody, my name is Teresa Waller and I'm the proud Mary Kay Sales Director here in South Mills, North Carolina, of the Beacon of Dreams unit here in the middle of nowhere. Why am I glad I said yes to Mary Kay? Well, prior to Mary Kay, I was simply a farmer that's, farming life is not glamorous in any way, shape, or form. You do not wear heels out here in the mud, the rain, the ice, the snow. It's just not fun to do that. Is it fun when you have lots of babies? Yes, I have a love-hate relationship with this time of year. It is cold, it is usually wet, and there's lots of babies born, so it's usually very exciting on that note. But when a baby's born and it's 0 degrees outside that night, it's not very fun. So farming life. Why do I do the farming life? Y'all, it's in my blood. This farm has been in our family for well over 100 years. So I kind of inherited it. It's kind of just, been in my blood. But when I started this farm, when I took over the farm, my grandparents got sick and I took over the farm about 18 years ago. I did it because I loved it. I love getting outside. Thank God that I have it, because during COVID, it has really been a blessing. But at least I get to get outside and get away from the everyday stressors of life. And being outside really does help with that for me. Why am I glad I said yes to Mary Kay? Well, when we sell Mary Kay, we sell it inside. Number one, you don't have to come out in the rain and the ice and break ice for these animals to be able to drink and eat. Now, Mary Kay, when I started Mary Kay, I only started the business so that I would get my 50% discount for my products and the products for my children. But now, y'all, Mary Kay is putting food on our table. Mary Kay is paying our bills. My husband's been out of work since March due to COVID. And so it's important for y'all to know that you might only start a Mary Kay business just as a side hustle, but it very quickly can pay all of your bills if you allow it. I just thank you, Lord, for all the opportunities and blessings that you've given me and my family. Love y'all.
Hello everyone, my name is Leigh Ann Saunders and I am one of Karen Rydell's senior directors, for those of you that do not know me. And I get the privilege of sharing with you really quick why I am so grateful and so thankful that I said yes to Mary Kay back a little over 3 years ago. So to give you just a little bit of history so that you kind of understand my perspective, I have been in the corporate world working in the computer area in IT for over 30 years, 30. Yeah. During that time, the joyful things that I learned was how much information can I keep to have that little bit of job security and be one step, ahead of the next person, because it was a dog eat dog world. And because I was a woman and this was more of a man's job because it was, technical thing, logical thinking, and us women are not that. Wrong. I felt like I had to prove myself all the time, and I worked extremely long hours, and it was exhausting and it was frustrating. And then I got to lead a team, and I felt like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is my sense of purpose. I can represent them and I can change things, and nobody was listening to me. And again, I was frustrated and exhausted. And that's when Mary Kay found me. And I went to a meeting to have my facial. And from a referral. And of course I fell in love with the products, and then I stayed and sat in on the meeting, and that's what blew me away. So the minute everybody walked in, they were excited. They were all hugging and just cheering each other on and just so happy to be there, where I'm used to, oh my gosh, another meeting. This was a yay, another meeting. We get to see everybody and we get to just be together in each other's presence. I was like, shut the front door. Like, that is not what I'm used to. So I was in love already. I felt so welcomed. Everybody just loved up on me, didn't even know me. And I just absorbed it. It was infectious. That excitement, that faith-filled joy of being with each other. It was like a Mary Kay church that everybody needed for that week to get them through the week. And I saw why they felt that way. And then there were women standing up saying, oh my gosh, girls, you're not gonna believe this. I tried this the other day. It works. Get ready to take some notes, because this is what I said. This is where I went. You gotta do it. And I'm like, did she just share a little bit of information? Like, she wants everybody in this room wants people to succeed. Like, they don't want to be one step higher. They want everybody brought up to their level or higher. What? Where did that come from? Like, that is it, you guys. The sisterhood, that genuine love, and wanting to empower women and to feel a true sense of purpose. Those are my things. Those were what I needed. Every woman needs something. And Mary Kay was what I needed, and I didn't know it. That's why it's so important for us to pass it on, because we don't know who out there needs this gift, and it is a gift. I would not be where I am. I would not have the joy and have touched the women that God has allowed me to touch without this opportunity. I have met women, and I have a team that I would never have been honored and privileged enough to coach and mentor and to be with and to service. But Mary Kay allowed that, and that is why I am so thankful and so grateful for the opportunity. Love you all.